on the road in San Francisco is probably not going to work out. The Cleveland Browns, and then let's just close this out. Dallas Cowboys fighting for a playoff spot.
Greetings and salutations. Welcome to Ref the District. In this video, we're going to break down, it's our countdown to camp, and we're going to break down the special teams, safeties, and the cornerbacks currently on the Commanders roster. I'm Nathan, that's Stoner, and that's Trev, and we're here to bring you the best content for our DC sports teams. Gents, let's get started with the special teams here for the Commanders. Pretty short lists on that part. As Stoner's going to bring up the list that's on there. The ages are what's listed here in parentheses. Tressway is going to be the elder statesman. I think pretty much for all three of these groups we're going to be talking about today. Where do you guys stand here with the Washington Commanders special teams? So we're going to start with Trev there.
I love it. I'm happy with it. Joey Sly is a monster of a kicker. He's jacked. Tressway is MVP of our team every single season, hands down. And I like Cameron Cheeseman. He's fitting right in with the special teams group too. Like he's been here for more than 2 years, 1 year. So I'm happy with it.
A sophomore season, yeah.
I'm cool with it. I give it an A.
Stoner, he's giving it. You're going to question it? It seems like you have something on your mind here.
No, I think it's fine. I think they're fine, whatever, right? Tressway didn't have his best year last year, but he's very dependable. He's he's right on the cusp of being a Pro Bowler. You got to bring in competition for Joey Sly. Wasn't that the big thing with Dustin Hopkins all those years? We don't need to bring in competition. We don't need to bring in competition. And then next thing you know, they had
Brian Johnson. They did just release Brian Johnson.
And they got rid of competition. We good.
I think they'll bring in somebody, but you only have so many roster spots.
Yeah, I don't think they're going to bring anybody. Okay. I think that Joey Sly is going to be the kicker. I think that you have Brian Johnson on speed dial if that's the case. So I'm not necessarily confident in Sly's ability to be the kicker all year. But I do think that it's nice having somebody like they had in Hopkins where you can just be like, this is the kicker. You're not having to be like, who's the kicker going to come into camp?
And I know he got injured on this play, but him showing the amount of heart he has in order to make a tackle, Joey Sly, I'll take that. Even though he's a kicker, I'll take that all day. So
yeah, I just need him not to show that heart and stay healthy
in other ways. Just don't show it in that way.
Yeah, we don't need to go down the kicking carousel again because that is, that could be the difference in a lot of games over the course of the way. Cheeseman is whatever. He's going to probably be in the league for 10 years because it's a long snapper and there's only so many people that do that. It's whatever.
If you go
Tressway
camp,
is my man though.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Of course. If you go into camp with these three guys, you're fully confident that they can get the job done.
Yeah,
there's no worries.
I take a little umbrage there with Tressway being a borderline Pro Bowl player. I think he statistically has been close to being all pro for several seasons. You're right. Last season was a bit of a downer season for him, but he typically is in the top 5 for punting stats every season that he's been with Washington. So I think that, hopefully, he is 32 now, not headed down on the side, down the way, or the downhill slide of his career, right? But we'll see. In fact, why don't you take this one down and we'll talk about safeties coming up here next. Trev, you had some very bad takes on my man Tressway last season. So were you just poking the bear because you know how much I like him, or were you serious and you thinking that he's replaceable for the Commanders?
No, Tressway is not replaceable. It's a business and everybody is replaceable, but he's not replaceable. We need him. We have to have him. There's no other punter in the league like him. So, of course, I had to poke the Bears. Oklahoma
You're
guy.
definitely poking the bear during our live streams. You both were getting at me because I was like, no, Tressway is the man. Let us know what you think about our special teams here in the comment section as we're going to bring up the safeties currently on the roster for the Washington Commanders. Again, these are the ages that are in parentheses. the fact that Bobby McCain is 28, Troy Apke 27, actually kind of surprising there that he's the second oldest. But this is a pretty young group. Percy Butler just drafted at 22. Forrest last year at 23 years old. Cam Curl still very young, even though he's headed into his third season.
Yeah, his third year, and he's only 23.
So where are we standing here? A fan favorite in Jeremy Reeves, at least until he knocked out De'Ami Brown and cost few dollar signs there. But Stoner, this young group, do you have faith that we finally figured out the safeties for the team? Because this has been something they've been desperately searching for since the loss of Sean Taylor.
Sure. I think this is a very solid group. This is probably one of the stronger groups within the entire organization. Now it is. It wasn't for a long time, but they've addressed it. They've got these free agent pickups like the Bobby McCain and Jeremy Reeves, and then they've got the young guys they drafted like Forrest and Butler. So I think they've addressed it, and I think you have to feel pretty confident with this group. And Cam Curl, this is the year I think he makes the Pro Bowl. He's been very close. His rookie year, I think defensive rookie of the year, I think he was second or maybe third. So he was very good his rookie year. So yeah, I think this is a lot stronger group than we hoped for. And I don't think you have to worry about this group. This is not one of those position groups where you're worried about depth. I think it's there.
All right.
Yes. Trev, do you agree with that? Do you think that that's a fair assessment of this age group or this play group rather?
Yeah, for the most part, I do. I wouldn't mind seeing another camp body in there too, just because outside of Cam Curl and Bobby McCain, you really don't know about Derek Forrest yet. This could be his first year of getting some more playing time. Jeremy Reeves is on and off. Who knows? Percy Butler's a rookie, so who knows how much time he'll get. And Troy Apke is mainly special teams. So I wouldn't mind seeing another camp body or two in there just to see what happens. If it'll amp up Jeremy Reeves, it'll bring out what we're looking for in Derek Forrest or Percy Butler. But for the most part, I agree. I'm cool with it. Cam Curl, Bobby McCain, studs. We'll be all right.
Hot take alert: Troy Apke doesn't make the team.
Oh, I think
that is pretty hot take. I would definitely bet $1 that he makes it. I think that
I'm saying they keep him. Ace. He's their special teams ace. And that's why they keep him on the roster.
That's fair.
Yeah. So that's I'm actually surprised to see him on the safety list because they were trying him out at corner last year to see where they can use it because they like him, for his speed, obviously, and special teams is very useful. Not really found his way on the defensive side of the ball. And you really hope not to see him on the defensive side of the ball in that regards, because he does seem to be a little bit of a liability there. But special teams, he's been putting in the work. This is a solid 1-2 punch, I think. Not overwhelming, not great, but Cam Curl and Bobby McCain as your 1-2 and the safeties, and the free safety for McCain and strong safety for Cam Curl, I think is a really good pairing. I think that's good. I think Bobby McCain did fairly well towards the end of last year. The depth, though, is where it kind of gets me. Jeremy Reeves, fan favorite, but really he might not make the team, right?
That's fair.
Forrest is a recent draft pick, but he also hasn't shown enough to, if he's cut, I wouldn't be surprised. Percy Butler is the rookie of the group, and this is where it's going to be intriguing. I've talked about the third safety being more important than the third linebacker. If Percy Butler is as exciting of a player as some fans have, shown the tape and got him to be, then I think that Washington is going to have an A group of safeties. But right now, if you gave out a great grade earlier, Trev, I'm thinking this is probably a C+ group overall. Probably solid B starters, but because the depth is kind of questionable here, I'm not. Yeah, the lack of depth, really. I'm not confident in this group for a full season worth of games. That's where I think that we're going to run into probably some issues here.
I have decided that my next jersey is going to be Cam Curl. He is my guy now. I've loved him since his rookie year. I think he's a fantastic player. He's going to be here for a while. That's my next jersey, Cam Curl. Lock it up, baby.
Still going to get that Tressway jersey. That's my plan. Go ahead and take this one down. We're going to bring up the cornerbacks here. Let us know what you think about the safeties. Do you agree with me? Do you think it's a kind of a C-plus group? Some question there on depth, or are you excited about what's to come? And Trev, who's your next jersey?
My next jersey?
Yeah,
I was sitting there thinking about that when you guys were naming it.
Curl. Who are you going to get?
I don't know. I might have to get a Dax Milne, or I might have to get.
I don't think they make those, Trev.
What?
They don't make
special
them,
order
nobody
of
would ever
Dax
buy
Milne.
them.
What?
His mama would buy one.
Yeah, I don't know yet. There's too many. I haven't. It's still up in the air for me to decide on.
Yeah, well, that's the way I was last year. I didn't buy one last year because I wasn't in a certain camp yet. But I think I've made the move to Cam Curl.
Cam Curl. All right. Well, let's take a look at these cornerbacks here for the team. Again, age in the brackets there in the parentheses. This is a lot of names. We have one question mark on Hill's age.
I couldn't find their ages. Taylor. That's how nondescript those two guys are. I couldn't find. I looked on their bios. I looked in their college bios. Nobody knows how old these. I mean, they're both undrafted free agents, so they're probably 23, 24, somewhere around there. Yeah. No idea.
Yeah. Well, this is another one here where I think once you get past the big three names, William Jackson III, Kendall Fuller, Benjamin St. Juste, there is a lot of questions on this list. So, Trev, do you have any answers to the questions that people are going to be asking about Danny Johnson, Corn Elder, Christian Holmes, Hill, Drayden, and Taylor?
Well, Christian Holmes is a rookie, so he might just make practice squad. He'll be here for practice squad. Danny Johnson,
he's a jag, Trev.
Yeah, he's a jag, man. Gotta go. Corn Elder has been shining in camp, but there's been no pads and against his own teammates. So there's that. I don't know Hill, Josh Drayden, don't know, and Devin Taylor. So we're gonna have to bring some camp bodies in.
This is a problem.
Like you said, it is a problem because if one of the top three does not work out for I'm not going to wish you know what, but if it just doesn't work out for some strange reason at the point of the season, I don't feel confident in any of those other names filling in for any of those top three. Not at all. Danny Johnson, because he's been here, but it's been two different systems. Corn Elder, he's a Rivera guy, maybe, but
spot filling, sure. Yeah, spot filling for those but you don't want them to be starting significant minutes.
No.
Benjamin St. Juste did miss a lot of time last season with those concussions. So I think that's a serious concern. Stoner, where do you stand with this group?
I'm sorry.
No, my bad, Trev.
Just like you said, Nathan, B+ for starters, the top three. The depth is the C, makes the C+ for me. But go ahead, Stoner.
Yeah, well, as much as I like the safety group, and I think I like the safety group more than you guys do, but as much as I like them, I'm the exact opposite on these guys. Sure, the starters are fine, right? But man, you got to take a couple of plays off, and you're bringing in guys. Danny Johnson, like you said, he can do fine, kind of filling in here and there, but you don't want him playing more than like 10 plays a game if you can help it. But you can't help it because your fourth and your fifth corners normally play quite a bit throughout the year because of injuries. Yes. And William Jackson got hurt. St. Juste got hurt. These guys are going to get hurt. And so you need quality depth. They do not have quality depth on this. Like I said, this Nigel Hill, Devin Taylor are two undrafted free agents. Josh Drayden, I couldn't find a whole lot on him. All I see is they signed undrafted free agent so-and-so, right? And that's it. No sort of detail. I mean, they give a couple of college stats and things, but these guys are not guys that you want playing on your team. No. So they need to find some depth.
Big time.
I'm looking at the snap count here from last year, and you got Darrell Roberts who played 18% of the snaps. Danny Johnson played 30% of the snaps.
That's a lot.
What
about our guy?
Corn Elder?
Torrey McTyer.
Corn Elder was just one. Torrey McTyer was 3%. You got to remember he got injured
pretty early.
So, that's that is not a great thing to see here when you're looking at that. St. Juice, we talked about him missing a lot of time. He was at 28% of the snaps.
Wow. So Cornelder played more than him.
No, Cornelder only played 1% of the snaps.
Danny
Johnson played more than him.
Yeah.
So it is, like I said, I think that really this is where you're going to have some serious depth issues, and this is where I think that this is going to be what bites them in the rear, especially because as we get closer to camp, we're going to be talking about a couple other positions and how that can affect them. And one of those is your defensive line. They can, if your defensive line's getting after the quarterback, it can kind of cover for these guys here, but it doesn't matter how good William Jackson III or Kendall Fuller play. If they're having to cover for 5 seconds, they're going to get beat, So we'll talk about that when it gets to the defensive line, but go ahead and hit the comment section right now. Let us know what you think about the cornerbacks here as they stand. It sounds like we're all in agreement. Once you get past those 3, and even then, I think Benjamin St. Just has some questions about him. So once you get past those 3, though, it's kind of a worrisome group and not very exciting. So we're going to.
And by the way, those Jackson and Fuller, they make a lot of money. They take up a lot of cap space.
I was going to say, so that's what I was doing right here. I was kind of quickly see if there's any free agent cornerbacks available right now that we could possibly bring in. And Steven Nelson, Josh Norman, maybe reunion, Kyle Fuller, Chris Harris Jr., Tavon Young, Bryce. So there's some people out there that they maybe could, poke around and see if they want to come to camp for a little bit, see what happens, because they're definitely going to need to, or else we ain't going to, air raid attack all day.
There's going to be trouble.
Yeah.
Well, that's going to conclude our video here for the special teams, safeties, and cornerbacks. Let us know what you think about these position groups and get ready for more from us on our road to training camp. And until next time,
what's that?
Be a fan. Hey, thanks for watching us here on Ref the District. While you're at it, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Check out one of these other videos here as well. We create lots of great content. Of course, we're live every Wednesday at 7:30. Things get pretty heated there as well. Until next time, be a fan.